Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Salim Akhtar Naqvi, Professor and Head Physiotherapy, Clinical Services, Mahatma Gandhi Physiotherapy College, Jaipur. Today's our topic is head injury. So now we will start the head injury overview. Means we have to cover the head injury in these points. Now come to the now first one is introduction, mechanism of injury, pathophysiology and degree of severity of head injury, changes in bodily functions after head injury, clinical rating system, assessment, examination, management. Now come to the introduction. What is head injury? Traumatic head injury is a condition in which an insult to the brain is caused to do any external force, which usually leads to alteration in the state of consciousness in the person that impairs the cognitive and physical function along with behavioral or emotional disturbance. These changes may be temporary or permanent and may cause partial or total disability. Now we can understand the traumatic brain injury from these diagrams. You can see the epidural hematoma, like second one is subcoracoid hemorrhage, epidural hematomas, subcoracoid hemorrhage and subdural hematoma. Now come to the mechanism of injury. Traumatic brain injury is caused due to any external force and is could be associated with a skull fracture, in which case it is called as open head injury, or it may happen in isolation without any skull fracture, in which case it is called a closed head injury. Now again I repeat what is the traumatic brain injury. Traumatic brain injury is caused due to any external force and it could be associated with a skull fracture, in which case it is called an open head injury. This is the open head injury if head injury occurs with the fracture of the skull. Second one is the closed head injury. What is closed head injury? That is if it happens in isolation without any skull fracture, means head injury occurs without skull fracture, called closed head injury. The blow to head can cause brain injury at the site of impact and is called as COP injury, or it may happen on the exactly opposite side of the brain and is called as the counter COP injury. Traumatic injuries. Traumatic injuries. Major causes of the traumatic brain injuries means total brain injuries we can subdivided in the divisions. That means force, due to the force, head injury covers the 28%. Then motor vehicle accidents, due to the motor vehicle accidents the head injury occurs, covers the 20% patients. Stuck 19% means in the sports, and other 21%, and assaults 11%, and suicidal in the suicidal cases 1%. Pathophysiology. What is pathophysiology of the head injury? Now come to the primary damage. The brain can be primarily involved by acceleration force, deceleration force, rotational force, or penetrating objects. Second one is these sources of injury can cause laceration, contusion, shearing, tension or compression that causes primary damage to the brain structures. Third one is there can be direct injury to the nerve also with optic, oculomotor, abducens, vestibulocochlear and facial being very sensitive. Fourth one is a diffuse axonal injury or shearing injuries may be one of the most common way of brain damage. Fifth one is severe type of shearing injury to the axon may even cause coma, as milder type of injury can cause spotting lesions leading to memory loss, decreased attention span, headache, sleep disturbance, and even seizures also. All are the primary damage symptoms. Now come to the secondary damage. What is secondary damage? This may result due to those causes that deprives the brain substances of blood supply, which are the following. Means in the secondary damage, increased intracranial tensions. Second one is cerebral hypoxia or ischemia. Third one, intracranial hemorrhage. Electrolyte imbalance and acid base imbalance, infection secondary to the open wounds, seizures due to the shearing or pressures. Now come to the degree of severity of the head injury. The severity of traumatic brain injury is shown to directly correlate to the magnitude of the acceleration, deceleration, and rotational force. The three basic categories we can divide of the head injuries. First one is mild head injury. In this mild head injury, what is that? These are those type of injuries in which there is minimal damage to the neuroanatomical structures with slight or no permanent impairment. What all characteristics for the mild head injuries? Headache, dizziness, increased fatigability, decreased concentration power, poor memory, irritability. Now come to the diagnostic criteria. What is diagnostic criteria of the mild head injury? First one, loss of consciousness for less than 20 minutes. Second one, Glasgow Coma scale of more than 13. Third one is no focal neurological findings. No abnormality on CT scan. Fifth one is discharge from the hospital within 24 hours. These are the common symptoms, common diagnostic criteria for the mild head injuries. Now come to the second one, that is moderate head injury. What is moderate head injury? The GCS ranges from the anywhere between 8 to 13 and the post-traumatic amnesia lasting between 1 to 24 hours. This is the moderate head injury if GCS scale is in between the 8 to 13. Now come to the severe head injury. What is that? This condition occurs in actually brain damaged patients after the stage of coma, during which the patient is unaware of the surrounding environment. He can neither speak and neither can communicate through any other means and does not exhibit any voluntary functions, means completely comatose patients. Now come to the changes in the bodily functions. First one is alteration in the state of the consciousness. Second one, it occurs due to the depression of the function of bilateral cerebral hemisphere, due to the direct depression of the brainstem function, or due to the destruction of the brainstem activating system. Third one is the common site of consciousness, which the patient with head injury may be found to be are as follows. First one is coma. What is coma? Coma is defined as complete arrest of all cerebral functions. Stupor. Second one is stupor. State of generalized unresponsiveness. Patient reacts to painful stimuli. Means generalized unresponsiveness, but patient reacts to the painful stimuli. If we can pinch the anything to the patient, then he can respond, little bit respond. Third one is abundantly state of overt sleepiness. Even on walking, a patient appears drowsy. Third one is delirium. Fourth one is delirium. Patient appears to be disoriented, fearful, will often misinterpret the sensory stimuli. Now next we'll cover other things in the next class. Okay, thank you.